Aloha Kauai, I'm Trisha Allen and this is the Hōʻike Weekly. Yesterday was Independence Day, and how could you forget? I mean, your neighbor is probably still lighting off leftover fireworks. You may or may not have woken up with a headache from last night's festivities, and you still gotta clean off the grill after spending hours of carefully searing all that Ono food. The good news though, you can listen to this as a podcast while you do all of that. That's right, the Hōʻike Weekly is now also a podcast and is available for streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, the Hōʻike.org website. Happy listening. Now that the 4th of July events have fizzled out and the smoke is clearing, let's focus on some additional events and festivals happening around the island. Matthew Singer, magician and mentalist, has more performances at the Grand Hyatt this weekend, and he's ready to dazzle audiences with his mind-boggling talent, just like he did when he came to our studio a couple weeks ago. He mixes magic with mentalism to create a truly unique experience that'll capture your entire family's attention. A festival honoring Wahine entrepreneurs is taking place Saturday, July 6th. The Wahine Maid Market and Festival runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Kapa'a Beach Park, and according to the flyer, it'll feature face painting, music, and unique gifts for purchase, as well as some Ono food and a silent auction benefiting the Help Maui Rise organization. Also on Saturday, it's Old Kapa'a Town's first Saturday Ho'olaulea multicultural celebration. This monthly event is held on the first Saturday of every month from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and features food, crafts, and nonprofit vendors, as well as Japanese, Chinese, Okinawan, Filipino, Korean, Tahitian, or Hawaiian cultural performances. You gotta go there and check it out, see which one it's gonna be. Also happening this Saturday, the opening reception for Awaken at the KSA Gallery in Kukui Grove Center. Awaken is a collaborative art exhibition between nature artists Kimberly Kirk, Susan Carlisle, and Joshua Hunton. This show expresses a love of Kauai with a collection of original paintings, sculpture, surfboard art, and even art using local plants and red dirt as actual paint. If you're unable to attend the opening ceremony, no worries. This exhibit runs until July 29th. On Sunday, the Kauai Veterans Center will be having their first Sunday of the month market and craft fair. This local treasures marketplace goes from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. and will feature local artisans and bakers, as well as handmade crafts and local farmers. There's even a second-hand shop with plenty of hidden gems just waiting to be discovered by residents and visitors alike. If shopping isn't really your thing, how about eating or sushi? Chef Yuji Haraguchi, who creates culinary videos for Bon Appetit and Epicurious, will be on our little island of Kauai in Lauai this weekend, teaching the art and vast history of sushi, as well as giving advice for buying and preparing raw fish safely at home in a way that minimizes waste, which is great news for anybody who's a fisherman. The class is about 2 hours long and it sounds pretty delicious, to be honest. Now, if you weren't quick enough to write those event details down, or maybe you just don't have time for that right now, remember, you can always check the Kauai Festival's website at kauaifestivals.com whenever you do have time and get details on all the events that I just finished talking about. All right, Kauai, it's Newsflash time. Our island may be small, but there's a lot happening around here, and you have things to do. So let's give you the latest in a short and entertaining way so you can go about your week informed. Polehale State Park is partially closed right now. Vehicle access is restricted to the Queens Pond area. This closure is only on weekdays, so you can still visit Pole on Saturdays and Sundays. The DLNR Division of State Park is working closely with local descendants and the community to preserve the area. Some of what they're working on: replacing boulders to safeguard the delicate dunes and coastal ecosystem, improving the entry road, and putting up signs to educate people there about the cultural and ecological significance of the state park. A groundbreaking ceremony was held on July 2nd for the renovation of the former Big Save space at the Lihui Civic Center. The 25,000 square foot area that has been dormant for over a decade is going to be renovated to include a space for childcare and early childhood education, along with other youth programs, including the Kauai Police Activities League, or KPAL. There will be some road closures happening. Po'ohiwi Road in Kalaheo is going to be closed from July 1st until July 31st. Work is being done for waterline installation Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. and residents in the area should expect delays, although access to private property during this time will be granted. Another road closure worth mentioning is happening in Kapa'a. Kawaihau Road will be closed from July 5th till July 11th for guardrail repairs. The section that will be affected begins in the 4600 block of Kawaihau and extends eastbound all the way to Kuhio Highway. And since we're on the topic of roads and cars, the County of Kauai has a new income-based vehicle hauling program for eligible residents, nonprofits, and small farmers. The program helps with safe vehicle disposal from private or public property, and it's available for residents who are at or below the very low income level, as well as certain nonprofits and small farmers with less than $350,000 in farm income. Eligibility requirements and additional information can be found by scanning the QR code on your screen, or if you're listening to this as a podcast, you can go to the website, which is connect.kauai.gov, and make sure you click the Public Works/Solid Waste button. And then there's always email. You can email solid waste directly, solidwaste@kauai.gov. Daisy Ogawa, a 16-year-old resident of Eleele, was reported missing on June 20th, and KPD is still continuing to search for her. Daisy is 5 feet tall and weighs approximately 120 pounds. She has a fair complexion, straight brown hair, and is of Filipino descent. She was last seen wearing a pair of blue jeans, a black crop top shirt, and brown sandals with black straps in the Eleele area. But Daisy is also known to frequent both the Lihue and Kapa'a areas. The Kauai Police Department sent a press release earlier this week, both asking for continued help in the search, but also reminding people that they could get in legal trouble for assisting in hiding the minor. Custodial interference in the second degree is what you could be charged with, and it's an offense punishable by up to 1 year in prison. Actions that would fall under this offense include things like providing money, transportation, housing, disguise, or any other means of avoiding discovery and return to the child's parent and/or legal guardian. It's also worth noting that Daisy was reported missing around this time last year as well. According to an old press release from June 13, 2023, KPD reached out to the public for help locating Daisy Ogawa on June 27th. She was safely returned, though, to her family after a tip came in from the Parents and Children Together, or PACT, representative phoned it in. Hōʻike reached out to KPD to see if PACT was contacted this time, and unfortunately, they were unable to comment because the investigation is still open. That said, anyone with information about Daisy Ogawa's whereabouts is urged to contact KPD Dispatch at 808-241-1711. And if you wish to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers Kauai at 808-246-8300, or you can go to csKauai.org and submit a tip there. The Kauai Police Department is also reaching out to the public again, seeking any information relating to a homicide that occurred on July 3rd, 2010. They're actively pursuing new leads to advance the investigation. The victim, Amber Jackson, a 57-year-old woman from Kapa'a, was tragically found by a local pig hunter in a secluded wooded area in Kealia. Jackson had been reported missing earlier that June. An autopsy revealed she died from blunt force trauma to the head and injuries consistent with an assault. Despite ongoing efforts, no arrests have been made and the case remains open. Recently, the case gained renewed attention through media outlets, including the Unsolved Mysteries podcast, which highlighted potential suspects and theories. The Amber Jackson Justice Group, founded by Amber's family and friends, also continues to seek justice and is offering a $20,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest and conviction of her killer. Anyone with information is urged to contact KPD again at 808-241-1711. And to provide anonymous tips, you can reach out to Crime Stoppers Kauai at 808-246-8300, or you can visit their website, cskauai.org. Additionally, Hōʻike reached out to Amber's family and should be hearing from them later today or next week, so keep checking in with us for updates. Now, for those of you watching the show on Channel 54 or YouTube or any of our social media channels, you've had the pleasure of enjoying the view behind me. For those of you listening on our newly minted podcast, this stunning view is what you're seeing on your screen right now. But no matter which way you're seeing it, mahalos for the photo this week go out to Robert Zelkowski. What an amazing shot of Wailua, and mahalo nui for sending it in. All right, Robert's done his part. Now it's time to do yours. Go to hōʻike.org and send us your beautiful photo of Kauai and see if we use it for our backdrop and podcast cover next week. All right, Kauai, that's all the Hōʻike we have for you this week. I'm Trisha Allen, wishing you love and aloha. Have a great weekend from all of us here at Hōʻike.
The Hōʻike Weekly has been made possible in part by the Rice Street Business Association, the Kauai Island Utility Cooperative, and Violi Properties.